So I have to say this is pretty impressive. The heat has been turned off in here finally. It is no longer 85 degrees or 85 plus degrees in this unit. It did take approximately 6 voicemails to the Greenville group between 11 p.m. this past night and 5:30 this morning. It is now 7 a.m., just exactly like 7:03 a.m. on Saturday, November 15th, 2025. And 6 voicemails to the Greenville group later, the heat has finally gone down to a normal temperature. I was able to close the window, turn off the air conditioner, and there's also no further intense, sickening marijuana smoke coming from the bathroom behind this wall that is evidently vacant and empty or intermittently occupied. And there's also no stinking, horrendous farm animal BO coming from the shower stall behind this wall, as was happening for hours and hours this past night. Starting at approximately 9:30 this past evening, while I was lying on this bed trying to rest, the Greenville Group's paid sponsored career criminal and reported surveillance expert, according to multiple staffers at the Greenville Group, a sex offender and obsessive stalker named Jasmine Irizarry, began to dox her physical presence in the vacant or intermittently vacant bathroom behind this wall. And Irizarry's nonstop and deliberate propagation of sickening amounts of marijuana smoke almost continuously from the shower stall behind this wall that went on for 7 hours doxed the fact that there's nobody legitimately occupying the bathroom behind this wall. Nobody ever seems to actually use the shower stall for showering. Whoever keeps accessing that bathroom only uses that shower stall for the burning and propagation of overpowering, nonstop, sickening amounts of marijuana and also cigar smoke, which has stopped as of an hour ago or so. And that person smells like a farm animal, so that when I go to my sink and that person is in that shower stall, their horrendous BO seems to be concentrated by the tiny space of the shower stall behind this wall. And you can immediately smell that filthy pig from this location right here, which is several feet away. There's no longer any stinking farm animal BO stench coming from behind that wall right now, because the psychotic, pervert sex offender filth that was sitting behind that wall between 9:30 this past evening and 5:30 this morning is no longer evidently sitting in the shower stall behind this wall. That person seems to have gone back downstairs to their normal holding pen, unit 76 below, because while I've been lying on my bed for the last 30 minutes now trying to get some rest, the same psycho directly below is making smacking and banging noises, as they were making smacking and banging noises for 7 hours this past evening against the wall behind this kitchen sink. It's the same mentally disturbed, behaviorally dysregulated, obsessive, sick and twisted, perverted sex offender filth named Jasmine Irizarry, who has been engaging in the same exact pattern of wall smacking, constant wall smacking against the this part of the wall right here from the bathroom of 78, and deliberately burning and propagating sickening, overpowering amounts of cigar and marijuana smoke, and using a directed energy device from behind that wall for 11 years now. It's the same piece of shit. The same sponsored career criminal sex offender filth that Mr. Oleg Aleseyev, the crooked Russian slumlord property manager, has bragged about on multiple occasions as the talented hacker for the Greenville Group who can hack into anything. On another occasion, Mr. Aleseyev praised Jasmine Irizarry's ability to access any space and any location, telling me that she can get into anything. He also bragged that she can, quote, take care of any problem, meaning Irizarry makes the problem go away. There's a huge difference between taking care of a problem, meaning you make it go away, and resolving a problem, meaning you find a constructive solution to it. My voice seems to have gone back down to somewhat of a normal tone and timbre. I no longer sound like a 30-year-long smoker because there isn't any smoke coming from behind that wall right there, affecting my ability to breathe and to speak, as was occurring for 7 hours this past night, starting at 9:30 p.m. and going all the way through 5:30 a.m. So that's like 8 hours. My voice is still a little bit raspy, but I can actually talk without my voice breaking and sounding like I've been smoking 500 cigarettes over the last few hours, which is basically what happens when the Greenville group permits Jasmine Irizarry, their obsessive, psychotic, completely off the rails, dysregulated psychopath and sex offender, to access the vacant premises of the bathroom behind this wall, where she continually engages in nonstop, aggressive smacking, smoke propagation, use of a directed energy device that is all entirely surveillance based. None of this would be possible without Irizarry's ongoing and obvious use of surveillance devices in this living space, because she only engages in the use of a directed energy device when I lie on my bed, flat on my back facing the ceiling, or when I try to use a toilet, or when I try to take a shower. And also when I stand at the sink and wash socks and underwear in that wash tub and squeeze them out, then she starts violently smacking the wall behind the sink and using a directed energy device to harass and assault me when I squeeze out my socks and underwear when I'm washing them in that wash tub, which is something that nobody should have any knowledge of as I am engaging in that activity, unless they are using surveillance devices in this living space, which is something that people all over the place have been telling me for 10 years. This started happening in 2015 when people who were at my workplace would tell me that I had washcloths lying around all over my floor and that my place was a mess. And at the time, I never posted anything about this unit on social media. I did not have a YouTube channel. I was barely on Facebook. I no longer am on Facebook. I didn't even have a Twitter account. So how anybody at my job knew that I would leave large piles of washcloths on the floor, which was accurate, and would tell me this at work, meant that even 10 years ago, the Greenville group was using surveillance devices in this living space and then doxing the condition of my apartment to members of my workplaces, to other tenants in this building complex, because this is a very long-term BLM hate stalking social project. It's all BLM, okay? It's all BLM. Oleg Aleseyev of the Greenville group brags about what he is doing. He has no problem with admitting that this is a single race, single gender building complex. It's almost entirely all male sex offender, psycho trash who claim to be BLM activists, but really just spend their entire wasted psycho trash lives masturbating loudly against the walls of my unit and harassing women out on the street because they're too stupid and ugly to get jobs, and they think that society and women owe them something. They're disgusting pieces of filth that will never have anything other than an empty room to masturbate to. That's BLM. If you don't believe me, just check out Candace Owens's hour-and-a-half-long documentary that she made about the psycho trash at BLM, who basically just spend their entire lives whacking off, harassing women, and hiring hookers. That's why BLM are now a joke. They've been deplatformed by Amazon. They're being federally investigated by the U.S. government. And they're literally just doxing themselves as a bunch of masturbating psycho pigs who can't leave women alone and just spend a lot of time loitering, perving and creeping, stalking, and harassing women. That's BLM.